Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're a coin enthusiast, collector, or just someone curious about the fascinating world of US coins, you're in for a real treat today. Because in this video, we're talking about one of the most iconic and widely collected pieces in American numismatics, the 1941 US 1-cent copper coin, also known as the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny. Now, don't let its humble 1-cent denomination fool you. In the right condition, this small copper coin can carry some big value in today's numismatic market. Let's dive deep into its history, design, and why collectors are willing to pay hundreds, sometimes even thousands, of dollars for the best examples. The year was 1941. The world was on the brink of major change. The United States was still emerging from the Great Depression, and just months away from entering World War II. Yet, amidst all this uncertainty, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins that carried both artistic beauty and national pride. The Lincoln wheat cent design had already been in use since 1909. Created by sculptor Victor David Brenner to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it became an instant classic, the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. In 1941, the penny was still made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That's right, no steel yet. The famous steel cents didn't arrive until 1943, when copper was redirected for the war effort. So, a genuine 1941 copper Lincoln cent represents the last of an era, a snapshot of pre-war America preserved in metal. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin so appealing to collectors. On the obverse, we see Lincoln's right-facing bust, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," on the left, and the date, 1941, on the right. The reverse side features the classic wheat ears design, two stylized stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. The Latin motto, E Pluribus Unum, rests at the top. Now, here's something important for collectors. The 1941 Lincoln cent was minted in 3 locations, Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Each mint produced millions of coins, but some specific varieties, die errors, and high-grade strikes can make a huge difference in value. So how do we know if a 1941 penny is valuable? Condition is everything. Numismatists use the Sheldon grading scale, which ranges from poor to mint state. Mississippi 70, a circulated coin with heavy wear might only be worth $1, but a coin in high uncirculated grade, say, Ms. 65 or higher, can command serious money. For example, a brilliant red, high-luster 1941D or 1941S penny in MS 67 condition can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. The rarest examples with perfect color and strike have reached prices well over $60,000 USD in top certified slabs. Look for coins with strong definition in Lincoln's hair and beard, clear wheat lines on the reverse, and minimal spotting or discoloration. Original, red, color and luster are highly prized. They prove the coin hasn't been cleaned or corroded over time. Now let's talk about the market side of things. The 1941 Lincoln cent remains a collector favorite because of its accessibility. You can find circulated versions in old jars or coin rolls, yet high-quality mint state examples are still actively traded in professional auctions. In recent years, demand for early copper cents has grown as more collectors look for affordable historical coins with strong eye appeal. According to major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, some of the finest examples have realized prices between $67,000 USD, depending on mint mark, color designation, and overall condition. If you're just getting started in coin collecting and want to hunt for a 1941 penny of your own, here are a few quick tips. Check your pocket change and old coin jars. You'd be surprised how many vintage cents still turn up. Handle coins carefully. Always use cotton gloves to avoid fingerprints and oils that can damage the surface. Avoid cleaning your coins. Cleaning reduces value. Collectors prefer natural toning. Invest in proper storage. Use acid-free flips, coin holders, or certified slabs for long-term preservation. Learn the grading system. Understanding how professionals assess quality will help you spot bargains and avoid overpaying. Here are a few fun facts before we wrap up. The U.S. Mint struck over 887 million Lincoln cents in 1941, yet only a tiny fraction survive today in pristine, full red condition. Some error coins from this year, like off-center strikes or double-die obverses, can sell for thousands of dollars. The 1941 penny was produced just 2 years before the composition switched to steel, so it's one of the last true copper Lincoln cents of the pre-war era. So, next time you come across a bright, well-preserved 1941 penny, don't just see a piece of change, see a piece of history. This coin connects us directly to the America of the early 1940s, a nation on the edge of transformation, yet still minting beauty into every cent. Next up, the 1952 Lincoln wheat cent, especially the version with the rich copper shade, and what happens when one of these coins surfaces in truly high-grade condition in the auction market. You'll want to stay until the end, because we'll explore how condition, toning, grading and market demand combine to drive values, sometimes significantly higher than face value. First, a little history. The Lincoln wheat cent, designed by Victor D. Brenner, has been around since 1909. In 1952, the United States Mint produced these coins in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. This coin is bronze, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. In 1952 the mintage numbers were large. Philadelphia approximately 186,775,000. Because so many were struck, the common expectation is that the series is readily available, but as always, the details matter. Now, you may hear the term copper shade or reddish original surfaces when collectors talk about wheat pennies. What does that mean? For copper coins like these, over time the original bright reddish-orange copper surface will either remain well-preserved rare or gradually tone to brown. Very common. A coin that still retains its original red or red-brown RB color is much more desirable. The grading services like Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) use designations like Road Red, RB Red-Brown, or BN Brown to describe how much original color remains. For example, a 1952 Lincoln wheat cent graded MS-67 Road Mint State 67, red has an auction record of about $40,000 according to PCGS. Contrast that with the same date and mint mark but BN brown surfaces in lower grade, those are worth much less. So when you see a copper shade coin in bad condition, meaning heavily circulated, scratched, worn, the question becomes, can a high-grade version with original copper tone really command big values? That's what we'll examine. In numismatics, condition is king. A 1952 wheat cent in bad condition, heavy wear, corrosion, dark brown surfaces, cleaning damage will typically only be worth $1 above face value. For example, some sources estimate values in average circulated condition at $45,000. Why? Because the date is common, the supply is high, and damage or heavy wear reduces desirability. But flip the coin. If you find one with minimal wear, lovely original surface, strong strike, and the coveted road designation or near RD, all of a sudden you're in a very different ball game. For the 1952 regular Regular strike Philadelphia Lincoln wheat cent in MS67 road. PCGS shows an auction record of $50,000 as of November 2007. That's millions of times the value of a well-worn specimen. The catch: these are extremely rare. So, when you hear copper shade, bad condition, and truly high quality auction market, you're talking two very different ends of the spectrum. Everyday worn example versus gem quality collector piece that can fetch thousands. Let's talk market. Why do some 1952 wheat cents sell for big money? A few factors. Grade and surface preservation. When a coin is graded MS65+, or better still MS66, MS67, and retains original red copper surfaces road designation, it becomes extremely scarce. Eye appeal. Toning, if attractive and natural, can enhance value. Damage, cleaning, or unattractive toning will kill it. Rarity of top specimens. While the date itself is common, the survival of truly well-preserved examples is rare. That scarcity drives premium. For example, PCGS lists the 1952 proof Lincoln cent PR69 road with an auction record of around US millions. In contrast, a 1952 Denver Mint in MS63BN might only have a record around US $50,000. Therefore, the higher you go in grade and original red surfaces, the more you leave the common zone and enter collector investment territory. If you're hunting for a 1952 wheat cent and hoping to find a hidden gem, here are some tips. Check mint mark and variety. Make sure you note whether it's Philadelphia no mark Denver D or San Francisco S. The mintage difference matters. Surface color, shade. Use a good light. Is the coin reddish or has it toned brown? For road designation you want minimal brown. Wear and strike. Look at Lincoln's cheek and hair details, the wheat stalks on the reverse. Is there flattening, wear, scratches? Damage, cleaning. Avoid coins with obvious cleaning, polishing, scratches, or environmental damage. These degrade value dramatically. Get it graded if serious. If you believe the coin is top quality, professional grading by PCGS or NGC adds market confidence. Be realistic on value in lower grade. If the coin is obviously worn, brown, or heavily circulated, don't expect thousands. It may just be a nice book filler. Remember, for the 1952 wheat cent, many folks still consider it common, unless grade and surfaces are exceptional. Let's walk through a hypothetical scenario. You locate a 1952 wheat cent, Denver Mint D, with good strike, original red surfaces, minimal wear, and you send it off to PCGS. They grade it MS66 road because that grade is rare for this date and mint mark. You list it at auction. So for a 1952 DMS 66 road you might reasonably expect, depending on eye appeal and market conditions, a result in the several thousands of dollars range, possibly US $5,000, $10,000 or more, if everything aligns. Now imagine the same date but in bad condition, heavy wear, brown surfaces, no appeal. The coin might be worth only $1 above face value. Huge difference. This illustrates why the phrase, bad condition, coin turning into high quality sold coin in auction market, is all about finding the exceptional specimen. The 1952 Lincoln wheat cent is a common date with large mintage, so general examples are inexpensive. But condition, surface preservation, toning, color, and mint mark matter tremendously. A coin in bad condition is unlikely to fetch much beyond copper melt and minor premium. A coin in truly high quality condition MS65+, road surfaces, strong eye appeal can sell in the thousands in an auction. If you find a 1952 wheat cent you believe is exceptional, get it evaluated, protected, possibly graded. The upside can be significant. Next up, the 1955 D1 cent coin Lincoln wheat cent, but with a special twist. We'll dive deep into the history, condition, issues, copper shade, very bad condition, the numismatic market today, and how high-quality specimens are commanding serious values in US dollars. Even if you found one in your collection, this video will help you understand what to look for, what to avoid, and how the market treats them. So let's jump in. The 1955 D Lincoln wheat cent, that means a Lincoln cent from the year 1955, struck at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark under the date. Composition: 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. The mintage is high. According to sources, in 1955 the Denver Mint struck about 563,257,000 of these pennies. On the obverse, you have President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with, "In God We Trust," across the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the date plus mint mark to the right. The reverse features two wheat ears flanking, 1 cent, and United States of America, plus the motto, EPLURIBUS Unum, above. By 1955, the wheat cent design was well established and production volumes were large. Hence many of these coins entered circulation and were used in everyday commerce. This is not a low mintage rarity by itself. It's a common date, common mint mark, and yet. Here's where this story gets interesting. If you have one of these pennies, the value depends heavily on condition, surface quality, color, tone, and whether it has been abused. Circulated coins are plentiful and typically worth only modest amounts, even though they're made of copper. For example, average condition specimens may be only worth $1. Uncirculated, mint state coins, MS, especially in higher grades, are far rarer, and much more valuable. For example, according to professional coin grading service CoinFacts, a 1955 D in regular strike, MS67 plus RD grade sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Also, grading companies use designations like road, red, implies original bright copper color, RB, red brown, or BN, brown, to describe surface color. Brown coins are those whose original red color has largely faded, oxidized, or toned. The color matters a lot for premium and eye appeal. Many coins that circulated have used battered surfaces, uneven tone, heavy wear, scratches, nicks, dark brown coloration. These diminish value significantly even if the date and mint mark are correct. Badly worn or poorly preserved examples have little collector premium. A coin described as having copper shade often implies it is showing some original copper luster or original color tone, but might also include undesirable toning, discoloration, or patina changes. In contrast, very bad condition means heavy wear, damage, corrosion, or loss of detail. Such condition will drag even a desirable date downward in value. For example, one site notes that the 1955 D value in average condition is around $30,000 to maybe $50,000. Because the mintage is high, there are many coins out there, but very few survive in top condition uncirculated with excellent surfaces and original color. The market rewards those by assigning a premium. Collectors and investors increasingly look at eye appeal, color, strike quality, luster, minimal marks, and certification. Grading a coin with strong eye appeal, retaining original red copper surfaces, with minimal wear, will fetch far more than a circulation-worn brown example. The phrase, "above average quality examples are favored by collectors," is used by coin value guides for the 1955 D. Now, Let's talk about what the market is doing today for high-quality specimens, even of a common date like the 1955D, and then contrast that with very bad condition coins. A site mentions that for high grades, gem uncirculated mint state 66 red, the coin is offered at premium pricing. Though many catalog guides for circulated examples list modest values, the auction level for top grade, especially road surfaces, is significantly higher. E.g., one article states, the 1955D value ranges from $100 to upwards of $30,000 for the highest grades of the coin. On the flip side, if you have a 1955D in very bad condition, heavy wear, damage, dark brown tone, weak devices, the value will be modest. The coin is common and the condition hurts even though it's copper, and copper is rising. The numismatic premium is absent. For instance, one source says average value is still just $35,000 in very worn condition. Another, cherry picking is advised to ensure you find a well-struck coin with nice details and attractive surfaces. This coin has been known to have nicks and scratches. If you bring to auction or sell a 1955D penny, if it's worn, badly preserved, what you'll likely get is something not much above face value or slightly higher. If it's a gem specimen uncirculated, strong original red color, certified grade, good eye appeal, you can get thousands of dollars. So the story is, the date by itself is common, the condition and preservation are what drive big values. Also be aware of errors and varietal coins, for example the famous 1955 double die obverse for the Philadelphia Mint, though those are a separate category for the 1955D regular strike. Focus on condition. What to look for if you have one or are thinking of buying. If you or someone watching obtains a 1955D penny and you want to evaluate it, here is a checklist. Mint mark and date. Ensure it really is 1955 and D under the date. The mint mark under 1955 should be clear. Condition, wear. Look at Lincoln's cheek, jawline, collar detail. The wheat stalks on reverse are high points flattened. Is there major wear? Color, surface quality. Is it original reddish copper, RD? Or predominantly brown, BN? Are there scratches, corrosion, spots, toning? Strike, detail. Are the letters of 1 cent, United States of America, and the wheat ears sharp? Are rims complete or worn? Certification, grading. If you're buying a high-value specimen, look for grading by reputable services. PCGS, NGC. A certification helps establish authenticity and condition. Market realistic value. Consult recent auction results or coin pricing guides, but remember that for this date the large premium is only for high grades with excellent surface. Many circulated examples fetch very modest sums. Beware of condition issues. For example, post-mint damage, cleaning, polishing, heavy circulation wear, or poor storage. Corrosion, toning will reduce value. A very bad condition coin might not carry any premium over its face or copper metal content. Let's walk through a hypothetical scenario you can dramatize in your video to engage viewers. You're rummaging through an old coin collection of your grandmother's change jar, and you pull out a 1955D wheat cent. You glance at it, the date and mint mark are visible, but the coin looks dark brown, heavily worn, edges flattened, and the wheat ears on the reverse are barely defined. You wonder, could this be worth something? The answer, maybe a little but not much, because while it's the correct date and mint mark, the condition tells the tale. Now flip the script. Imagine instead you find a 1955D penny, uncirculated, full red copper surfaces, sharp detail, strong luster, no major marks or wear, maybe even lightly toned in a pleasing way. You send it off to PCGS or NGC and it comes back MS66 road or higher. Then you start hearing auction record $49,000 for a 1955 DMS67 plus RD. Suddenly that humble 1-cent piece becomes a serious collectible. The difference. Condition, preservation, and certification. That's the story of the 1955 D 1-cent coin. You can walk through visuals, show a badly worn coin side by side with a gem red uncirculated coin, highlight the difference in eye appeal, detail, tone. Even though a 1955 D penny in very bad condition won't fetch thousands of dollars, it is still part of the numismatic story. A few points. It shows how circulation impacted these coins. Many were used, spent, jangled in pockets, piggy banks, coin jars. Over 500 million were made. Provides a contrast. It makes the rare gem specimens all the more special. Collectors chase the coins that survive in higher grade, because most didn't. It's a teaching moment. Just because a coin is old doesn't automatically make it worth a fortune. Rarity, condition, desirability all play together. It can still hold modest value above face if it has minor collectible appeal, for example in a beginner's collection, or if it has some decent detail, but the big premiums are reserved for the top tier. If I were giving advice to your audience, here are some practical tips you could include. Always buy from reputable dealers or auction houses, especially if you're going after high-grade coins. If you have a candidate coin you believe is special, consider getting it graded. Certification helps with liquidity and value. Do your homework. Look at recent auction results for the same date, mint mark, grade. If you're selling a high-grade specimen, clear photography, good lighting, high resolution showing obverse plus reverse, full coin, rim, mint mark, details is essential. For common dates in poor condition, don't overpay or expect a windfall. Manage expectations. Storage matters. Uncirculated coins should be kept in inert holders, away from moisture, heat, or rough handling. The difference in value between a nice MS65 Road and an MS65 RB/BN might be significant because of color. Be aware of cleaning, polishing, or other alterations. These will drastically reduce value, and grading services may downgrade or label the coin accordingly. The 1955 D Lincoln Wheat Cent is a fascinating case study in coin collecting numbers. Coin collecting, it blends high production numbers with the possibility for exceptional quality specimens. While most examples you'll find might be heavily worn and modest in value, the top-tier examples still command thousands of dollars in the auction market today, and that makes it an exciting, everyday coin with special potential type story. Next up, the 1947 D mint mark Lincoln Cent in copper shade. Extra fine condition, but this isn't just any penny. This is a coin that has captured the attention of serious collectors and investors alike in the high-value auction market. So stick around, because we're about to uncover its history, its rarity, and what makes it a premium collectible today. Let's start by setting the scene. The year is 1947. The United States is just beginning to settle into the post-war era. The Lincoln Cent, first introduced in 1909, has become a household staple, minted at multiple locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Today, we focus on the Denver mint version, proudly marked with that subtle yet distinctive D mint mark just beneath the date. Now, you might be asking, what exactly makes this 1947 D penny so special? Well, the answer lies in its condition, color, and eye appeal. Numismatists grade coins using a standardized system ranging from poor to mint state. This coin falls into the extra fine, or XF, category. That means the coin shows light wear on the high points, but the details of Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat are still crisp and well defined. In simple terms, it's a coin that has survived the decades with dignity and minimal circulation damage. Next, let's talk about the copper shade. While many pennies from this era have developed a dark, almost brown patina over time, coins with a vivid copper hue, like this one, are especially prized. The rich coloration enhances the coin's visual appeal and directly impacts its market value. Collectors actively seek coins with original luster, and this 1947 cent is a textbook example of that coveted copper tone. An important factor for collectors is the Denver Mint production numbers. While the 1947 cent is not exceedingly rare in sheer mintage, finding one in extra fine condition with exceptional eye appeal is significantly less common. Many coins from this period were heavily circulated, losing their original strike details. That scarcity is precisely why serious collectors are willing to pay a premium in today's market. Crisp details on Lincoln's bust. Fully visible D-mint mark. Strong copper coloration. Minimal contact marks or scratches. Another element driving value is the overall quality of the strike. The Denver Mint coins of 1947 were known for the sharp details, but even a minor nick, scratch, or uneven toning can reduce a coin's grade, and thus its auction price. This particular specimen, however, showcases near-perfect strike clarity and balanced color, making it exceptionally marketable in auctions and private sales. In the numismatic marketplace, high-quality 1947 cents in extra fine condition are commanding impressive prices. Recent auctions have shown that coins with copper tones and minimal wear can fetch thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars, depending on provenance, certification, and collector demand. For investors and collectors alike, owning such a coin isn't just about having a piece of history, it's about holding a tangible asset that appreciates over time. Many collectors also choose to have their coins certified by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC. Certification not only guarantees authenticity but also provides an unbiased assessment of condition and quality, which can dramatically increase the coin's market value. For a 1947 penny in extra fine copper shade, certification can be the difference between $1 and a serious collector-grade auction price. So, what does all of this mean if you're looking to buy, sell, or simply admire this coin? First, it's an investment in American history and craftsmanship. Second, its condition, mint mark, and copper tone make it a premium collectible. And third, the active market for such coins means that today, in the world of numismatics, high-quality 1947 cents can achieve impressive dollar values. To sum it up, the 1947 Lincoln cent in extra fine copper shade is more than just a penny. It's a window into post-war America, a symbol of enduring craftsmanship, and a sought-after gem for collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one in this condition, treat it with care. It's a piece of history that continues to shine in the modern numismatic market. Next up, the 1936 US 1-cent coin with a mint mark, but not just any penny. This is a high-quality, copper shade beauty, cherished by collectors for its rarity, aesthetic appeal, and the remarkable values it commands in today's market. Hi everyone. If you've ever wondered what makes a single cent from 1936 worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll explore the history of this coin, what makes a copper shade coin so special, how to spot superior condition examples, and how the auction market is driving prices to new highs. Let's rewind to 1936. America was still in the midst of recovering from the Great Depression. Pennies were not just currency, they were tiny symbols of hope and resilience. The Lincoln cent, which had been introduced in 1909, was firmly established as one of the most beloved coins in American history. In 1936, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies, but those with certain mint marks, D for Denver or S for San Francisco, are particularly coveted today because of their lower mintages and the unique copper coloration. The mint mark is the little letter you see under the date. It tells you where the coin was struck. Coins with mint marks often carry a premium because fewer were made compared to the Philadelphia Mint, which produced the bulk of coins without a mint mark. For collectors, the 1936 D or S cents are prized because surviving examples in good condition are relatively scarce, and when we say good condition, we mean coins that have retained their original detail, without excessive wear. Now, let's talk about the copper shade. Not all pennies are created equal. Copper shade coins are highly valued for their rich, vibrant coloration. The ideal example has a deep, lustrous red-brown patina that reflects both its age and its preservation. Collectors often use terms like red, red-brown, or brown to grade a coin's color. A 1936 penny in full copper shade, with minimal toning or discoloration, is a true gem. This coloration can add significantly to the coin's value, especially when paired with high-grade condition. So, how do we know if a 1936 penny is in top condition? Coin grading is both an art and a science. Professional graders look at strike quality. How sharp are the features? Can you see the fine details of Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks? Surface preservation. Are there scratches, dings, or corrosion spots? Color and luster. Does the coin retain its original copper shine? Coins that score high on all these aspects are extremely rare, and in the auction world, rarity plus pristine condition equals premium prices. A 1936 US 1-cent coin in ordinary condition might be worth $1, but when you find one in high-grade condition with brilliant copper shading and a clear mint mark, you're entering the realm of serious numismatics. Collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions of dollars at auction for these coins. Online marketplaces, live auctions, and private sales have shown a trend. Well-preserved 1936 cents, especially with the Denver or San Francisco mint mark, are appreciating in value year after year. Some truly exceptional examples have even crossed the mark. If you're hunting for a 1936 penny today, here are some tips. Focus on mint marks. The D and S coins are the stars of the show. Check the color. Look for vibrant red or red-brown shades. Condition matters more than age. Even a coin that's older won't fetch a premium if it's heavily worn. Get it graded. Professional grading from NGC or PCGS can significantly increase the coin's value and buyer confidence. Remember, patience pays off in numismatics. A little research and careful observation can help you spot a hidden treasure in a coin lot or even at a local coin shop. Over the past decade, auction prices for high-grade 1936 cents have steadily climbed. Factors like rarity, copper shading, and mint mark scarcity drive bidding wars. Recent auctions have seen collectors competing aggressively for coins graded MS65 or higher, with some even reaching record-breaking numbers. This trend reflects a broader phenomenon in the numismatic market. High-quality, well-preserved coins are becoming not just collectibles but tangible investments. So, whether you're a seasoned collector, a history enthusiast, or someone curious about rare coins, the 1936 US 1-cent coin with a mint mark and rich copper shading is a fascinating and potentially lucrative piece to own. Keep an eye on condition, mint mark, and color, and who knows? That single penny could one day be the crown jewel of your collection, or the star of an exciting auction. Next up, a 1926 United States 1-cent coin, boasting a beautiful copper shade and exceptional preservation. Coins like this are not just everyday change, they're pieces of history, coveted by collectors worldwide, and often commanding impressive prices at auction. So, Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual coin collector, stay tuned as we dive deep into what makes this 1926 cent truly special. Here it is, a 1926 Lincoln cent in genuinely good condition. Look at that lustrous copper shade. For many collectors, the appeal of coins like this isn't just in the face value, but in the story they carry. This coin is nearly a century old, and remarkably, it has survived in such high quality, making it highly desirable in the numismatic market today. Let's talk specifics. The 1926 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Wheat series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Coins from this era were struck primarily in copper, giving them a warm, appealing hue that collectors adore. When assessing value, several factors come into play: date, rarity, condition, and eye appeal. This coin, as you can see, exhibits minimal wear, well-preserved details, and that unmistakable copper toning that hints at its authenticity and careful handling over nearly 100 years. In today's auction market, coins like this don't just sit on shelves. They actively trade for significant sums depending on its grade, ranging from fine to mint state. This 1926 cent can command prices from $1 for circulated examples to hundreds of dollars for higher grade specimens. Truly exceptional coins, especially those with near perfect luster and color, can achieve even higher results in competitive auctions. Why do collectors pay so much for a coin like this? First, it's the historical significance. This coin was minted during the Roaring Twenties, a period of enormous change in America. Holding it is like holding a tangible piece of that history. Second, the condition. Many coins from the 1920s are heavily circulated, losing detail and color, but this one, it's been preserved beautifully, with that glowing copper tone that every collector dreams of. Auctions are where coins like this truly shine. In recent years, high-quality 1926 cents have fetched remarkable prices when a collector recognizes the combination of rarity, condition, and aesthetic appeal. Competitive bidding can drive the price into thousands or even millions of dollars, especially for specimens with excellent strike quality and original luster. It's a market that rewards patience, knowledge, and, most importantly, the eye for quality. To better understand value, collectors rely on professional grading. Coins are assessed on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state coins scoring above 60. This 1926 cent, with its sharp details, intact rims, and rich copper color, likely falls in the higher range for circulated coins, or even the lower range of uncirculated grades. That grading, combined with provenance and market demand, directly impacts the final auction price. If you're looking to start collecting or investing in coins, pieces like this 1926 cent offer a unique opportunity. They're accessible enough for newer collectors to own, yet historically significant enough to interest serious numismatists. And when you see one in this condition, truly high quality, it's easy to understand why collectors compete for it at auctions. Remember, collecting coins isn't just about monetary value. It's about connecting with history, appreciating craftsmanship, and enjoying the thrill of discovery. A 1926 US 1-cent coin in this condition embodies all of that, making it a small, yet significant treasure from America's past. So next time you stumble upon an old cent, take a moment to really look at it. You might just be holding the next great numismatic find. And as always, whether you collect for history, beauty, or investment, coins like this remind us why the hobby is timeless. Next up, the 1941 cent piece. Yes, the humble penny, but not just any penny. We're talking about the high-grade, premium quality, red copper, sometimes described as copper shade. Examples of the 1940 Lincoln Wheat cent, how to identify what makes them special, what condition truly means, and what kind of values they can command in the auction market world today. If you have one of these in your collection, or are considering acquiring one, stay tuned, because the story is richer than you might think. First, a quick refresher on the coin itself. The 1940 Lincoln wheat cent is part of the long-running Lincoln cent wheat reverse series 1909-1958. For 1940, there were coins struck in Philadelphia No mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark. The coin specifications: diameter 19.00 millimeters, weight about 3.11 grams, composition roughly 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Mintage numbers: huge numbers. For example, the Philadelphia P issue, 586,810,000. So at first glance, this is a common date coin. That means that most examples are modest in value. However, a key factor in determining value is surface color and condition. With copper coins like these, collectors universally look at whether the coin retains the original red copper color, rhode, or has partially toned to red-brown, RB, or has fully brown surfaces, BN. Here are what those terms mean and why they matter. Rhode: the coin retains nearly all of the original vivid red copper surfaces, with minimal oxidation or toning. This is the most desirable color class for a copper coin. RB: red-brown: some original red remains in parts of the coin, but brown toning or oxidation has begun to appear. BN: brown: the coin has largely toned to brown. Original red is mostly gone. According to one guide, a red rhode designation indicates that the coin retains its original red copper color. Rhode 1940 pennies are worth the most among the three varieties. Why does color matter so much? Because surface preservation and original toning or lack thereof dramatically affect eye appeal, and hence collector premium. A coin that is red, has full luster, strong strike, minimal marks, and is high grade, that's the rare combination that drives strong market values. In addition to color, condition in terms of wear, marks, strike quality, luster, etc. is graded using the standard 70-point scale, e.g., MS60, MS65, MS67, etc. So when we say, copper shade damage condition truly high quality, to use your phrase, we are referring to coins that have excellent red surfaces or near red, have minimal damage or post-mint impairment, no heavy scratches, cleaning, corrosion, etc. Are from high grades MS65 or above. Ideally are certified by a major grading service and possibly have special designations. Although the 1940 cent is common in lower grades, when you move to the upper echelons of condition, the numbers drop off steeply. For example, these record prices show that while typical circulated examples may be worth only $1, the extremely high grade, superb color, certified coins can trade for thousands of dollars. In fact, one guide states, uncirculated condition, they are worth as much as $30,000. Thus, when you find a 1940 penny that appears to be in near gem condition, especially rhode or nearly RD, it's worth serious attention. One subtlety: many of the top coins are labeled with the suffix rhode, red, and graded at MS66, MS67, MS68. The population of such high-grade coins is extremely limited. For example, PCGS condition census for 1940 D rhode shows only one coin at MS68RD. It's the scarcer population plus the eye appeal that drives the premium. When assessing a high-quality 1941 cent coin, you'll want to watch carefully for a number of risk factors or things that degrade value, because the margin between a run-of-the-mill coin and a high-dollar coin is very large. Here are key inspection points. Original surfaces. Coins that have been polished, cleaned, dipped, or otherwise have had their surfaces altered will often be resist graded or receive a lower grade. These treatments severely hurt value. Toning, color preservation. As mentioned, red color is highly valued. Brown or heavily toned surfaces are less so. Even if the coin is uncirculated, if the color is BN and has poor luster, the value will be much lower. Strike and detail. The sharpness of strike. Definition of Lincoln's hair, cheek bow, wheat ears on reverse, rim, lettering matters. A weakly struck example, even if red, may fetch less. Marks, hairlines, contact marks. At MS65+, the number, location, and severity of contact marks, scratches, hairlines, and luster breaks make a huge difference. Two otherwise identical coins could have wildly different values based on minute eye appeal differences. Damage, post-mint issues, corrosion, verdigris on copper coins, greenish, bluish copper, oxidation dense, rim damage, environmental damage, cleaning, all degrade value. For example, one Reddit collector noted this is the green, blue corrosion that affects copper coins. You want to keep any coins with verdigris away from other coins as it can spread. Copper shade. What do you mean? In your phrasing you said, copper shade damage condition. I interpret that as meaning issues related to the copper composition, color that might show shade or toning irregularities, or maybe damage to the copper surfaces in high-grade copper coins. Subtle difference in color tone or copper shade can make or break value. A coin may still have red surfaces, but if there is uneven toning, brown patches, or a copper shade drift towards brown, red mix, it may reduce value relative to a fully bright red example. Always view both obverse and reverse carefully under magnification to inspect for hairlines, contact marks, and surface cleanliness. Ask about provenance and whether the coin has been cleaned or dipped. If possible, prefer coins already graded by a major service, e.g., Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, with a solid grade and designation, e.g., MS67 Road. Compare population data. A coin that is graded MS67 Road when only a handful exist will carry a premium. Consider buyers and sellers' fees, shipping, insurance if you're acquiring for investment. Why do some 1941-cent coins sell for thousands while most are worth only a much dollars? It's down to the intersection of condition rarity plus collector demand. A few pointers. Because of the high mintage, there are many 1940 cents out there, but the surviving coins in perfect red surfaces and flawless uncirculated condition are very limited. The so-called population ceiling is low for top-grade road examples. The registry collector sets coins submitted and tracked by major grading services drive demand for the best examples. Collectors looking to complete or top out a series or set will pay big premiums for the finest coins. Auction records show that the market will pay for top grade. For instance, as noted, the 1940 PMS 68 Road at $30,000 that sets a benchmark. The coin market for high-grade copper coins has been resilient. Strong eye appeal coins, certified condition, pedigreed pieces typically hold value even during weaker numismatic markets. For the more typical examples, lower grade RB, BN, circulated, the value remains modest, so the risk is in acquiring a nice-looking, common coin and overpaying. You must aim for the very best if you want the upside. Condition marvel. Imagine two 1940 pennies, one MS63 BN, another MS67 Road. The MS63 may be worth, say, $1. The MS67 Road could be thousands. The delta is huge. What this means for you as a collector, investor. If you're simply collecting dates or filling an album, a standard 1940 in circulated condition is fine and affordable. If you're aiming for investment or serious premium value, you must focus on high-grade road examples from reliable grading companies with excellent eye appeal, minimal issues, and understand you're paying for scarcity at the top. Be realistic. Even though top coins trade for thousands, those are rare. Most coins will not appreciate dramatically unless they are exceptional condition. Keep an eye on auction houses and population reports PCGS, NGC census to track how many exist at each grade, how often they come up for sale, and what they fetch. Let's take a quick walkthrough, case study of one particular sale. The 1941 C Philadelphia Road graded MS-68 sold for $47,000 is recorded. What likely gave this coin that level of value? MS-68 is extremely high grade for a copper wheat cent of this vintage. Very few survive in that condition. Road color. Retains original red surfaces, no major toning or discoloration. Excellent strike and minimal contact marks. Probably attractive eye appeal luster, surfaces and certified by PCGS, giving buyer confidence. Likely strong bidder competition registry set, auction venue which pushes price. Now, contrast that with a 1940 BN Brown example, or one that is uncirculated but has weak strike, or has surface issues, hairlines, cleaning damage. The price might drop to hundreds rather than thousands. For example, a 1940 BN in MS-62 when cleaned or floored may only fetch $50,000 or less. Once you begin to understand where the value lies, you can see how a normal coin is common and inexpensive, but the top tier becomes collectible and valuable. 1941 cent is a common date coin, but condition matters. The premium is steeply contingent on surfaces, road color, strike quality, minimal damage, and certification. Real market values for the top examples MS-67/68 road are in the thousands of US dollars. For typical circulated or even average uncirculated coins BN values remain modest thousands. If you have a 1940 cent and think it may be higher grade, don't assume it's automatically valuable. Inspect carefully for red surfaces, certification, strike, eye appeal, etc. Buying. Aim for coins certified by major services, compare population and auction records, understand what premium you're paying for, and don't overpay for something that looks nice, but isn't truly high grade. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, please hit that liking button, subscribe for more coin collecting insights, and ring the bell so you don't miss when we examine other popular dates or high-grade coin issues. Also comment below, do you have a 1940 cent in your collection? What grade is it? Did you have it slabbed? I'd love to hear your story, and if you're looking at buying one, let me know what questions you have. I'll do my best to help. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting.